Good morning. Happy Sunday Funday. I thought for Sunday Funday I would go ahead and do the 20 question tag that Diamond tagged me in the other day. So, 20 questions, we better just get into it. Question number 1. How tall are you? I'm a little under 4'11". So, sometimes they say 4'10" and a half, 4'10", 4'10" and 3/4. So I just say round it up and say I'm 4'11". How old are you? On the 25th, I will be 47 years old. What is your favorite color? Purple. I love the color purple, and it doesn't matter to me, like wide range. There's not like a certain purple, just in the purple family. But what I wear more clothing wise is brown and blacks, a lot of brown and black earth tones more often. Your favorite season? I don't have one. I have to have all 4 of them. When it's spring, I'm anxious for summer. When it's summer, I'm anxious for fall. And I love winter. I love the snow. I love the crisp, fresh air. And if I don't get all 4 distinct seasons, I tend to get sicker. I need all 4 of them to be a happy camper, both mentally and physically. Yeah, I love every season. There's bits and pieces of every one that I look forward to. And of course, there's bits and pieces of no, I'm not going to say that, of every one that I hate. Love everything about spring and fall. Hate the hot humidity heat of summer on those days where it's just unbearable, and icy roads in the winter. But like the snow and the cold, that doesn't bother me a bit. Love it. Okay. Number 5, do you regret something from your past? Well, I hope so. Yes, I have regrets. If I had the opportunity to go back and change them, would I do that? Absolutely not. Each decision we make in our life puts us where we're at. I absolutely love my life. I love where I'm at. I love where I've been. So, no, I have regrets, but would I change them? No. And think about a person who doesn't have regrets. Have you actually lived? Have you actually made hard choices and put yourself out there? If you could make it to this point in your life and not have regrets. We have to put ourselves out on a limb. And sometimes that limb breaks. But if you don't ever put yourself out there, you're not living life. So if you've made it into your 30s or above and you don't have regrets, you're not living your life. Get out there. Put yourself on a limb. Sometimes it's going to break. Sometimes it's going to hurt. Just get back up and climb up that tree again. So, yes, I have regrets. Your favorite show now or as a child? I couldn't even begin to tell you that. We didn't watch a lot of TV when I was growing up. We lived out in the country. We only got 2 channels, NBC and CBS. And my parents had control of the TV. Of course, you only had 2 choices. It wasn't like you had a lot to choose from to argue over. So most of the time, me and my sisters, we just spent our time outside. Didn't really develop a fondness for any type of programming. And now, I guess my favorite channel is YouTube. I don't watch TV. I spend all of my time on YouTube if I'm not working or out running errands. So, yeah, YouTube, watching you guys, success stories. That's my favorite. Do you have siblings? Yes. My mother was pregnant 6 times, 2 stillborns, 4 live births. All of us had medical issues. 2 of my siblings have passed away. My one sister was born with brain cancer, and she passed when she was 4. My other sister was born with spinal bifida and hydrocephalus, and she had epilepsy due to those issues, and she was paralyzed, and I cared for her until 18 years ago when she passed away. And yeah, then there's me and my sister Charlene, and Charlene has 2 boys, and I was never physically able to have children, so I sort of baby them. But yeah, that's all that I have. All my mom's children was girls. Favorite football team? I do not watch sports of any kind. I go to a few basketball games because some of my individuals love basketball games. But for football, I don't watch sports. So if I root for a team or if I wear something sports wise, it's always for the Buckeyes, Ohio State. Got to root for your home team, even if you don't know what it's all about. What country would you like to visit? My husband would love to go to Wales and Ireland and Scotland and those kind of places. So I would go with him on his journey, but I am a hometown girl. I am perfectly content to stay right here. I don't need to venture any further than my own area, and I'm very, very happy. I think, they say Ohio is the heart of it all, and I believe that. I believe I live in the prettiest part of this country and the prettiest part of this world. I understand there is more beautiful sights out there that I haven't seen, but I'm perfectly content to stay at home. Favorite holiday? Halloween. I am a Halloween girl. I love the costumes and seeing the kids run around and it not being about the materialistic parts that Christmas is now. Yeah, Halloween. I really, not as much now that my boy's grown, but when my boy was little, we would go all out for Halloween. Decorate our yard, our house. Yeah, Halloween was our month and the whole month. What is your favorite number? 3. 3 is my favorite number. Do you have an obsession? Yes. I don't know why. I am obsessed with containers and whatever that entails. So I don't care if it's cups, plasticware to store things in, purses, anything that you store stuff in, boxes. I am obsessed with containers. And also I have an ink pen obsession, as you heard my husband yelling in the background. I love, and I have more ink pens than any person could ever use in a lifetime at this point. But I love just to write with ink pens. Not that I'm writing anything. It's just gibberish, but I love the flow, the way an ink pen feels in the hand, the weight of an ink pen. So yeah, ink pens for some odd reason is a little bit of an obsession of mine. And of course, right now, obsessed with keto and getting healthy and transformation stories and success stories, achievement stories, all that stuff. I just sort of immerse myself in it right now. Do you consider yourself a procrastinator? Yes. Yes and no. It's weird because there's some things that I am very diligent about getting done as soon as it's assigned to me. That way I don't have to worry about it again. And then there is other things where I procrastinate until the last minute because I am very good under pressure. And I feel like any project I do where I've procrastinated tends to be phenomenal. But if I work at it slowly over time and I don't feel that rush and that push, It just seems to be mediocre. So I, when I've procrastinated enough to where I feel the stress of being late, um, it pushes me to work harder and dig deeper. So yeah, I'm a procrastinator most of the time. And then there's things that it's so weird because some areas of my life I'm unbelievably organized. In other areas of my life, I'm just like, ugh. But am I ever procrastinate enough that I'm late? I'm never late. I don't like to be late. Being late to an appointment, late, having a project actually turned in late, no, that does not happen. It would drive me absolutely crazy to be late. Did you go to your high school prom? Yep. Yep. Um, my boyfriend had to work. Me and my best friend, her boyfriend and my boyfriend, we all worked at the same restaurant. My boyfriend was 2 years older than us, so he was already out of school. So when prom come up, our boss would not let my boyfriend off because it wasn't his prom. And of course, there was three of us going already, so they had to have somebody work. So my best friend's boyfriend, Scott, took both of us to prom, and we dressed exactly the same, except I was in ice blue and she was in ice pink. And so we went matching, and he took us out to dinner and prom, and it was a wonderful night. We had a great time. Did you go to college? I went to school for mental health, and I have been working with the developmentally disabled for the last almost 24 years now. Love it. Are you picky about hotels? Yes, but not in the degree that you would think. I want the most bang for my buck. I do not want to go spend hundreds of dollars for a hotel room and then have to pay extra for all your amenities. That drives me crazy. So, my favorite hotel, Holiday Inn Express. They give you everything, and it's clean. The rooms always look nice, and you don't pay for extra amenities. So I went to a very expensive hotel not too long ago, and you had to pay for every single thing extra. I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, you the cheaper hotels just give you more. So as long as it's clean, cheap, I'm a happy girl. What is your dream car? I am more of a truck person. Um, Truck SUV type person. Um, I always like Jeeps. So my dream car is right now for what's current and available. I have a Jeep Renegade, and that I think is the cutest car out on the road right now. So I personally have my Jeep dream car. Now, if I was to go and get anything that I wanted tomorrow, it would probably be a Jeep Wrangler. With the canvas and all that, I just love a Jeep, a four-wheel drive. Yeah, I'm not into little sports cars. It's not my thing. Do you like country music? I grew up in a house where we didn't listen to too much music due to my sister's disabilities. She had a shunt in her head. And music, you can feel the vibration. So it would vibrate that shunt, the pump that's in her head, and it would cause, hold on a second, guys. I'm going to pause this a minute. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so my sister had a shunt in her head, and the music would cause that shunt to vibrate, which would then give her terrible, terrible migraines. So I didn't really listen to music growing up. And then it was never an interest of mine. Once I met my husband, he's into metal. He's into metal music. So I tend to listen to that more than anything else. Showing you his Jackson. What would you do if you won the lottery? I love my life. I love my house. I physically built this house myself. My husband has big fancy dreams of moving away and getting a big house. Those aren't my dreams. Those are his dreams. So if we won the lottery, Most likely me and my husband would separate. He would go do his thing, and I would stay right here in my home and just fix it up. Being honest today, because all he dreams about is having the gross mansion, which is in the center of our town. And he wants that house so bad. And that's all he talks about is if we won the lottery, we'd move to the gross mansion. No, if he won the lottery, if he could fight that mansion out of my friend Lynn's hands, I don't think so. I think Lynn would put up a fight. But if he could get her out of that house, he'd be moving in there by himself. Because this house I physically built with my own hands. Dug the foundation with a rototiller and a shovel and built it. Did the plumbing myself. I shouldn't say myself. My dad helped me a lot. Plumbing and the electric, and yeah. The only thing I did not do on this house that my hands did not touch on this house was the roof, because I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of ladders. And yeah, so my dad and his friend Tony put the roof on this house for me. And then when it needed replaced a couple years ago, my husband and my boys came in and they replaced it. But yeah, I couldn't imagine ever leaving this house. So just maintain the life I have, clean it up and make it a little better. But not much different if I won the lottery. It would just make things easier. Well, this was a fun tag. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow on Monday's Keto Moments. Blessings.